Hi and welcome. My name is Tolan and I'm the co-founder of Productivity Me. In this video, we're going to look at how to make a change that will populate or apply across multiple workbooks. So if that's a topic that's interesting to you, go ahead and join us in this video. If you want to follow along, go ahead and download exercise file 11.04. All right, so in the last video, we looked at how to move worksheets by, say, grabbing and dragging and dropping, or clicking and then going to move or copy. We could also create a copy by pressing and holding the control key and then dragging and dropping, and that would create a copy. Now I'm going to delete that because I can. Now in this video, we're going to look at how to create a change that will populate through a group of selected workbooks. Now, if we wanted to, we could select multiple workbooks by either using the control key and selecting those workbooks, or we can use the shift key. So we could say select 2012 sales and then press and hold the shift key and select 2013, 2012, 2013, and 2015. Now, it might make more sense to put it in order so that it's 2012, 2013, 2014, and 2015, but for the purposes of this example, it's not super important. Now, if we were to scroll between these individual worksheets, we notice that all the text for these worksheets are black. Now, if you want, you can select multiple worksheets by pressing and holding the control key and selecting those, or by using the shift key and then selecting multiple worksheets. But once you have a selection of multiple worksheets, it will appear as group here after the name. And then what happens is any change that you make to one of these worksheets will be applied to all of the worksheets in that group, i.e. all of the worksheets in your selection. So if we were to say change this cell, that cell of C3 to red text, then once we move over to these individual cells, they've all have red text, except for here in 2015, that was not part of our selection. So we click here and cell C3 is still black text. So if we were to say select 2015 and then add 2014 and maybe 2013, we could say add some data here. So we could write whatever we want here. Now I'm going to click on 2012 sales to exit out of that group. We can now tell that this worksheet is no longer grouped. And in 2012, there's no data here in cell B8. However, when we go and scroll to that selection that we previously had, that group of 2013, 2014, and 2015, you notice that there's an entry now for write whatever we want here. Same with 2014 and same with 2015. Now, this would be true if we were to say select 2012, 2013, 2014, and go ahead and we can't actually insert things like pictures. That's not allowed. But we could go and we could say select all the text or all the cells with Control A and then make the background something crazy, like we'll make the background blue. So then when we go to 2015 cells, we have the kind of the background that we had before. And then when we go to 2014, 2013, or 2012, those changes have been populated throughout. Now, this could be really useful if you wanted to fill in some data quickly. So if you wanted to just create dummy data, you could do that by selecting 2012, 2013, and 2014. And then here, you could say put in a formula, or you could just put in 100. And then here, you could put in a formula, like this cell plus 100. We meant to say plus 100, so that would be 200. You could drag this formula over. And then we could even drag it down. And then when we go to 2015, which was not part of our group, we don't have these changes, but here we have the changes, here we have the changes, and here we have the changes. So even if you were to apply a formula, so I think a cool example is the random formula, which we'll get to later, either in the course or perhaps in another course. But if you were to select all these cells and then put something like equals rand, and rand will just generate a random number, right? So this is probably not a good example because of the formatting. So we'll use rand between. Generate a random number between 0 and 1,000. So you could put this in here in all of your cells. And then every time you move to a new cell, you would have random cells generated. So I think that's kind of cool. So in essence, if you want to make a change to multiple worksheets, the way that you would do that simultaneously is first select the group of worksheets that you want to make a change to. So let's select 2014, 2013, and 2012 by holding the Control key and clicking, and then selecting all of the cells by Control A, and then removing the background so that there's no fill. And then when we click off, there is no background. So with that, we've now covered the 4 topics we wanted to look at with managing worksheets within a workbook. And next, we'll move on to section 12 of the course, where we'll discuss the different printing options within Microsoft Excel. So join us for that next section, and we will see you again soon. As always, thanks for watching.